Hello, this is Andrea St. Amand. Today we're going to talk about facing our spiritual and creative gifts. What does that even mean? First of all, to me, the biggest hurdle in facing or heading down the path of the creative or the path of spirituality is trust and the fear that other people, everybody else in your life, is going to think you are a flake, or that you have no role models who are leading you down that path who aren't flakes. So let's unpack that a little bit. Most of you guys watching here are professional people, and to be in a professional realm or professional setting, whether that's an educational institution or a corporation or whatever it is, we have worked so hard. We've worked so hard to obtain our degrees or to get a licensure or a certification. And then we work really hard to establish credibility, because credibility and trust are the key element to any sort of counseling relationship or any sort of support relationship or any sort of teamwork relationship. Your team, your boss, your coworkers, your clients have to know that you are credible. So when we work really hard to establish ourselves as professional people, it's almost impossible to then say, I want to go down a different path. I want something more creative, or I want something more spiritual. You certainly could not go into work and be like, this dead guy came into my closet last night and he needed to talk to me and give me a message. I mean, you can't say that. And you can't even say, on the weekends, I don't garden, I make up stories, or I write poetry, or I paint. So even that creative pull that we have feels like it's impossible to bring into our professional lives or even talk about it in our professional lives. And I get that. Obviously, I get that. When I was in the law firm and I just wanted out, I absolutely just needed out. And I was feeling this pull to both spirituality and creativity. But my biggest problem is that I had no role models. I had no role models. I was looking for teachers and mentors and couldn't find anybody around me that I felt like I could trust. I couldn't find anybody that was a future version of me, or someone that had all the discipline that I had in my life. And I will say, just note that all the mentors and teachers I have right now, they were still in their corporate lives when I was looking. They were still on Wall Street. They were still doing their corporate thing. One of my teachers was a professional opera singer, so not corporate necessarily, but certainly very grounded and very disciplined. And what I did find around me were people who were doing writers' workshops, people doing creative workshops, people doing spirituality workshops, and they were incredibly flaky. Incredibly flaky. Let's just go there. Now, they're very good at what they do, but there was no depth to what they were offering at all. And so I just felt like that is not who I want to be. That is not my path. I don't want to be associated with that. And I think that a lot of us can relate to that. So I was not those people. I was not their audience. And it took me, like with writing was the first way I was stepping out. It took me going to several different writing conferences before I found my tribe. And when I did, it was so rewarding, because suddenly I was around other professional people who were approaching writing as possibly a second career, but they were approaching it with a great deal of discipline and also tremendous imagination. But they were people I could relate to. And then I started finding spiritual mentors, a mediumship teacher, and another different teachers and mentors who also had approached spirituality and their gifts with a tremendous amount of depth and discipline. And so I want to share that with you all, because I understand how we can get stuck and floundering and not ask for guidance, because some of us perceive that if we even ask for guidance, uh, we don't know who to ask, because we don't want to ask a flaky person, right? So one of the things I did, certainly when you're stuck and floundering, that is when you ask for spiritual guidance. That's when it can really help you. And one of the first ways I learned how to do readings was a very practical sort of reading. So rather than just open channeling and just kind of getting whatever came in, I use a very specific frame of reference that requires discipline, but it gets really specific answers for people. And I identify people's energetic gifts. And the reason that is so important is that stuff that's never going to change for your entire life. That stuff you don't have to apologize for anymore. But it's grounded. It's something that I feel really comfortable with, something that my clients can walk away feeling really comfortable with. In fact, to show you how far I've come from my days being stuck in a law firm and being afraid of being creative and afraid of stepping out, I now have gone the route of telling other lawyers that I work as a psychic medium. And my clients, who were my clients in the law firm, are now my spiritual clients, which is really cool. So you can make that, you can bridge that, you can start accepting your calling, whatever you're feeling pulled to, and then start learning what your gifts may be, what your talents may be. But ask for guidance, because I think there are more role models out there now than there were 10 years ago. But don't be afraid to ask for guidance from the right person. Please don't go to a carnival psychic. That's probably not the type of person who's going to help you $10 to get your palm read. It'll be fun, but it might not give you the deep guidance that you need. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I think a lot of us block and hide our desires and our gifts so much that we don't even know that we're blocking or hiding them, and we have no idea where to go. So anyway, that is when you can ask for guidance from the right person. So I'll leave you with that. Private message me if you are ready for some solid guidance. Have a great day. Bye.